Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning everyone. So for today I'm going to explain to you about Unit 2, which is about process, procedure and instructions. Okay, as I have instructed you yesterday, so I assume that you have read the e-notes of process and procedure and also instructions. Okay, alright, so let's have a look at the CLO. What is it that we're going to have a look at this unit? Alright, in this unit you are going to describe process and procedure, read different types of process and procedures, organize the sequence of process and procedures, and also to organize information from linear to nonlinear, and to write a description of a process and procedure. And yesterday you did on the writing description of a process and procedure, a simple process and procedure as I requested you to do. Okay. Alright, next. In this slide, you are going to have a look at one is the lecture slide that I'm going to give it to you. And then you are going to do a video watching activity. Alright, this one I will share with you later on at our Google Classroom. And number 3, we will have a look at the homework that you need to complete and then how to submit it later on. Okay, now let's have a look at what is process and procedure. Okay, so yesterday you have read, so what is process and procedure? Okay, if according to the Oxford, it is actually a systematic series of action. Alright, whereby there are stages, okay, and then it will usually ended with something outcome. There will be an outcome, okay, there will be some end. Alright, and it is usually continuous action. Alright, okay, this is actually the same one, and usually the flows will bring you to a conclusion. That means you will have a product, you will have a service. Okay, it is causes the thing to happen. Okay, what about procedures? Okay, procedures is a series of actions. Okay, that consisting of multiple steps. Okay, usually the process is actually one big thing. Alright, under the process there will be a procedure. Okay, the guideline on how you to complete the process, the whole process. So if you are not following the procedure, the end product is not going to be the end product. Okay, for example, if you are baking a cake, alright, the product is a cake, it should end with a cake. Okay, if let's say you are not following the procedure of baking a cake, alright, the outcome is not going to be a cake, maybe a cake bantal like that. Alright, okay, and then it is driven by the completion of tasks, is implemented and statistic. What does it mean by statistic? You always follow the same procedure, okay, so that the outcome will be the same. Alright, static. Okay, and then causes people to take or make a decision. Okay, right, next one. Alright, okay, between the flow chart here, this flow chart, and also between this passage, alright, which one is easier for you to understand? Of course, the one that have a picture. And I know you don't like too many words because you are too lazy to read. Okay, so which one is easier to understand? It is actually the flow chart, because you can see the stage one by one. Okay, what is it happening in this stage, what happened, alright, and then you can see where it goes. Okay, alright, but this one, it's quite difficult for you to understand. You cannot see the clear picture of what is happening in the process. Okay, next. Alright, in process and procedure, there are, as we have look at the previous slide. So the first one is actually a non-linear form, right, of explanation or describing the process and procedure. Non-linear means it is less words, okay, more on a chart, more on a pictures, okay, to explain. So that is non-linear. While linear is something that is like newspaper, like books, like article, okay, that you read online, that you read in a real situation, okay, a books usually. All right, next one. When we are talking about process or procedure, we usually use passive voice. You still remember during your school days, teacher will ask you to convert the passive voice from the active voice from bahasa Melayu. For example, Ahmad main bola. So the passive voice for Ahmad main bola would be, bola itu dimain oleh Ahmad. Betul ke? Like something like that. Alright. So it is actually similar like English language also. We do have we do have active sentence like Ali like to play football. And so when you use passive voice, it will become, what is the answer? Ali like to play football. So the football is being played by Ali. Alright. So as you can see, it is actually Ali. Okay, this is challenging. Like to play football. Okay, football. I'm just going to draw a picture of football. Okay, Ali like to play football. Well, it doesn't look like football, but it's okay. Alright, so here is the subject. Alright, okay, and then here is the verb to be. When you change to passive voice, when you change it to passive voice, so the subject should be in front. So here the subject is what? It's the football. Okay, so the football is being played. Okay, this one is actually, you have to look at what part of speech. Okay, we are going to have a look at that later on after this on the next slide. All right, the football is being played by Ali. So the doer is Ali from front. Okay, Ali transferred to the back, but the subject here, the football, becoming in front. Okay, another few more examples. Okay, like this one, the active voice. It is actually tells us what a person or things does. Okay, the subject perform the action, verb on the object. Okay, this one is just like just now I explained to you. Ali like to play football. And then when you change it to passive voice, it's become the ball. Okay, the object is in front. The ball is being played by Ali. Okay, and a few more examples. This is active voice. Anna painted the house. The teacher always answer the students' question. Ali posted. Okay, this one is actually the verb. Verb is kata kerja. Okay, as you can see, when it transferred or it changed to passive voice, so it will become was painted, are answered, and also was posted. Okay, why they use was here? Sorry, was. Okay, are and also was here. So you have to look at the part of speech of the sentence. For this one, Anna painted the house. This is past tense. So when past tense, when you change the verb to be from past, when you change the verb to be, it will become was. Okay, alright, it will become. Okay, so here you have painted. Alright, painted, the same because past participle. Alright, and then you need to add on the verb to be. Verb to be here are, okay, some of the example are is, are, was, were. Okay, that four. Right, singular and plural. So as you can see here, Anna painted the house. The house, it's singular, satu. So you use, if past tense, it become was. The house was painted by Anna. Okay, and then the next one, the word answer. Okay, the verb is answer. Okay, the students questions many, so you use are. Why are? Why not were? It's because always corrupt, so it's always happen. So when it always happen, so usually it is present tense. Okay, so when present tense, you use are answered. Right? Okay, the video, Ali posted the video online. Okay, the video was posted online by Ali. Okay, so here because it is past tense, so you have to use was, and only one video, so it is singular. Okay, next one. When we explain about the process also, we usually use sequence connector, okay, to explain from one sentence or one instruction to another instruction. So it is very important for you to have this sequence connector, because that what makes the whole process systematic, okay, following what is supposed to follow. Okay, for example, this one, how to make a cup of coffee. How to make a cup of tea. Right, everyone know how to make a cup of tea, right? Alright, so here the sequence connector are first, next, after that, then, after, and usually the end one, the last one we will use finally. Okay, alright. Yesterday when you did your process and procedure, you did not include some of you did not include on the sequence connector, or also known as sequence word. So it's actually the same. First, next, then, finally, after that, subsequently. Okay, there are so many of sequence word that you can use, or sequence connector that you can use to link from one sentence to another sentence, one phrases to another phrases, to show the stages or to show the whole process that is systematic, and so that easy for people to understand. Alright, so that is the guideline when you are trying to explain about or to describe about process and procedure. Okay, so here I have a few sample of process and procedure, a very simple one, 1 minute, only 1 minute. Okay, this is not the video. Okay, after this is the video. Okay, this one is process. Okay, as I mentioned to you, the process is actually the sequence. Okay, the sequence, this is the process. Okay, so there are 8 process here. Okay, the first one is mixing. Okay, and then sheeting, and then steaming, cut and fold. So these are the process for the whole stretch of manufacturing of instant noodle, processing line. Okay, this is the whole process, right? So there are 8 process, and under the process, okay, all right, under the whole 8 process, you actually have the procedures. Okay, the procedures is actually the explanation what is going to happen in the process that is going to be conducted. Okay, right, these are the explanation, and as you can see over here, there are sequence connector. Flour is transported, noodle are cooked. Alright, so this one later on try to identify, okay, what are the what are the passive voice or passive phrases that you can see from the manufacturing instant noodle pictures. Okay, and can you see any sequence connector here? No, so it's quite confusing. So it would be better if there is a sequence connector. Firstly, the flour is transported by truck into storage silos. Then the flour is mixed and kneaded in a mixing machine. Later on, sheets of noodles materials are cut into fine strands. Then, so when you have that, you can see the sequence and you can understand when you're describing when you explain it to people, so it's going to be easier. All right, people will get the momentum of the process that they are listening to. Okay, next. All right, this is the video watching. All right, I would like you to have a look at this, how Coca-Cola is made. All right, I'm going to share this at the classroom, at the Google Classroom link. Sorry, not the link, at the Google Classroom. All right, I'm going to put the video over there so that easy for you to watch on later. Okay, because this is going to be this is going to be one part of your homework. All right, and another video is going to be about how M&Ms are made. All right, this one also I will share with you. Okay. Alright, so the homework for today would be, okay, let's practice. I would like you to complete first the whole slides where I have explained to you what is process and procedure. Instruction is going to be next week. I'm going to explain that next week. So for today, please watch the whole video, and then after that you are going to watch the YouTube link video that I'm going to give to you about how Coca-Cola is was made, and also how M&M is made. All right, and then once you are done with that, okay, I will share with you guys the short quiz is all about process and procedure. I believe yesterday there are 3 of you who have managed to answer, but sadly not all correct lah. Alright, so make sure you watch this video first, then only you can answer all the question. Alright, there are 3 activities actually. One is the quiz is 1. Alright, number 2 is the short quiz is 2 about passive voice. And then the last part would be writing tasks for the Coca-Cola video and also M&M video. Alright, that one you can refer to our Google Classroom. Okay, so you have 2 hours to complete everything. Alright, so if you have any problem, you just let me know. Okay, but first of all, please make sure you finish watching this video, then only you do your work. Okay, alright, so process and procedure homework submission would be on Google Classroom that I have shared yesterday, and that you have joined in yesterday. Okay, so this one is under, the submission is under classwork assignment. Last submission, of course, by the end of this week, so by Friday lah. Okay, but I would like you to complete quiz is 1 and quiz is 2 first. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye. Thank you.